the best sound of hip-hop is sampling, you know what I'm saying?
To me, as a DJ, sound is always a reflection of the social conditions and environment we live in. It's a mirror.
We never anticipated, like, getting someone to pay for James Brown going.
Hello, my name is Greg Gillis in this cubicle, and outside of here, everyone knows me as Girl Talk. It is Friday, and I'll be leaving in a few minutes to play in front of 400 kids who like my sample-based collage music. My technical title is biomedical engineer. I test devices and analyze data. In science and in my music, it's really trial and error for me. We just dabble in so many things, and that's the same way. I mean, with samples, I just sample things all day long, and then I see what works. And, you know, doing science, whenever you're looking up new ideas, you just read journals, take notes. That's just, you know, collecting the data to look into a million different things to make something new. And then there's the actual processing of the data where you're saying, all right, now I have to get results. You know, the first thing you do is research it and see if there's patents for it. And a lot of time, very broad ideas are patented. It is an experimental division, so, you know, we keep a notebook and they want us to propose 3 ideas per year. And I think if it were a bit more open to the point where the whole point of medicine and science, where let's just do the best we can, let's just build on all the ideas and see what we can make happen. I think the progress of medicine would move, you know, incredibly fast. All the time, you know, you come up with something and you do the research and it's been patented, and maybe your idea is slightly different, but they might hold a patent on a core, you know, part of your idea. So, you know, a lot of times it's just, that's out of the question. You know, it holds back knowledge exchange very clearly. You know, so many things just aren't developed because people are holding a patent onto it. The cure for cancer could be a step away, but, you know, it's off limits. You know, they might sit on that idea forever and do nothing with it.
Capitalism is like an apple pie for sure. You take the apples out, it ain't an apple pie no more. So tell me, baby, what's the apples in a capitalist pie? The concept that anyone should only own slice of farmland, factory machinery, basically any kind of productive property. Now what did you say? No, I didn't say private needs more stuff. If you work for it, you can buy it. But if it's property for more than just enjoyment, property that produces or is used for employment in the poor economy, can't be bought or sold. Productive property is something that you just won't own. We all own it together. Everything's in the pot, and capitalism goes down with just one shot. No more slaves to a wage, slaves to a price. No more world where someone else is rolling your dice. So where those who own the most got the most say, the most sway, make the rules, set the price, set the pay. You could work your whole life and they might never work a day. I say we scrap that shit. Now tell me what you say.
To me, as a DJ, sound is always a reflection of the social conditions and environment we live in. It's a mirror. It's a mirror. It's a mirror. It's a mirror.
The best sound of hip-hop is sampling. Hip-hop is sampling. Sampling.
Pay for DJ. Pay for
Sampling.
It was always a culture of borrow and take, because it was a culture that was founded upon a lack of resources.
The idea of not having any instruments, but having a turntable and saying, well, fine, this is my instrument.
If someone owns productive property, then gives me a job, what could be wrong with that? Well, let me break it down, tell you how we get robbed. If they own the company, well, then they own your job. And if you can't see where I'm going, then you just stay tight. Cause if they own your job, pretty, they own your life. Or at least a third of it, and to make matters worse, if they own your job, then they own your work. Now tell me how another cow gon' own your milk. 30 years down the road, sell the dairy you will. Leave your ass high and dry, headed over the hill, telling you not to cry. Your glasses only half spilled, bossy please. But if I don't own it, and you don't own it, and no one owns it, that means everyone owns it. Capitalism is like an apple pie for sure. You take the apples out, it ain't an apple pie no more. So tell me, neighbor, what's the apples in a capitalist pie? Owning productive property is part of economic life. We always hearing you get it, how you can take it, forgetting that we came into this world buck naked with no possessions aside from all potential. I didn't choose my birth, this shit was purely accidental. So what gives me the right to own property that affects your life? I'm talking where you work, where you live, I'm talking what you buy, how much you spend. And once you steal another's choice, you can't return it, you burn it. Don't fall for that shit about hard work and how they earn it. You don't earn the right to speak for someone else, choose for someone else. What you earn is what you give of yourself. Cause if the property is doing the work, that ain't you. And if the workers are doing the work, that ain't you. It doesn't matter how you get it or what you choose to do with it. Only productive property is strictly off limits.
But if this system has provided us a lot of the things we need and want, where's the drawback?
Yo, what kind of system rewards the gumption to take control over another's consumption? Decide how to divide productive resources, separate the fortunate sons from the unfortunate corpses. Why should we count more than need? Why should my hunger count less than a land deed? When it's food and water, pretty, you better understand that a title in their pockets like a gun in their hand. The power to deny welfare and healthcare. I bet the stars that tomorrow they be buying up the air. Shopping spree for wind, the sun, the rain, the falls. If no one's out there to stop them, they be buying it all. And if you think that I'm joking, well, you best think twice. While you was bobbing your head, they already patented light. And somehow nobody finds this shit morally odd. If they keep buying up the world, we might as well go ahead and call him Devil's God. But if I don't own it, and you don't own it, and no one owns it, that means everyone owns it. Capitalism is like an apple pie for sure. You take the apples out, it ain't an apple pie no more. So tell me, neighbor, what's the apples in a capitalist pie? Owning productive property is for our economic life. So let me say it again and make sure it's understood. If it's personal goods, then baby, it's all good. But in the kind of future that we want, we get paid for the work we do and not the work we own. Owning productive property just ain't an option, and everything in the world ain't up for fucking auction. Capitalism lets one person turn the gift of our earth into an instrument to benefit from other people's work, robbing the next cat. A self-management, and little by little our diversity vanishes. They make us think solidarity is just giving to charity. Never mind the reason why we got such a disparity. What they talking about, buy low, sell high. They ain't talking about no stocks, they talking about our lives. Each new receipt is just another bargaining chip. But while the rest of us is trying not to lose our grip. So down with OPP, owning productive property. Down with it, 6 feet in the ground with it. Let me hear you holler party con. If you give me, I said we firing the current owners, we taking over, now who's with me? Cause if I don't own it, and you don't own it, and no one owns it, that means everyone owns it.
Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us. Above us, only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. The color girl city.